Good afternoon, TwitchCon. Welcome to the Nom Nom Theatre. How's everyone doing? Are we ready to see some Dream SMP creators? So, my name's Rory, and I'm on the Creative Partnerships team here at Twitch. And welcome to Sharing the Dream, Fostering a Community Online. Can we hear some noise? So, we've got an action-packed panel for you guys today. We've got some creators that have been advertised and some special guests. So, we're going to introduce them out one by one, and I want you to give a big round of applause for each one. So, without further ado, first up, Jack Manifold TV. Come on, Jack.
I just wanted to see I still had it, you know, that's all. I was just testing. Hello, everyone. Hi, it's me, Jack Manifold. Rory said everything you needed to know, so actually, I'm going to shut up.
Thank you, Jack. Round of applause for Jack, please. Right, up next, we have a very special creator. She's all the way over from the US, and her name is CaptainPuffy. How are you doing, CaptainPuffy?
I'm doing good. How's everyone doing?
Are we ready for another creator?
Yes.
They're feeling yes.
Right, next up, we have HannahxxRose. How you doing, Hannah? Say hello.
Hi, guys.
Right, the next creator, also an American, Karl Jacobs.
Oh, fuck you! He's doing that pure. Oh, fuck!
Here we go. Thanks, Karl.
He did that purely to spite me. I just want you to know that. He needs to prove he's more important than me. It's kind of sad.
I'm also American.
Right, so the next creator we have was not on the schedule.
Oh.
Who do we think it is? Let's have some shout-outs from the crowd.
Dream.
It's Dream.
Next contestant, reveal yourself. Quackity. Right.
I watched a lot of Twitch before I started streaming. Yeah, so I would say maybe I started streaming like right after high school because I didn't want any cringe streams of me from high school. But then there was just cringe streams of me in college, so it didn't work. But yeah, that's it.
Who did you watch initially?
Jack Manifold TV.
Hey, who doesn't watch Jack Manifold TV? Hannah, how about you? How did you first get started with content creation?
Oh my God. Yeah, I think I just started because I loved playing Minecraft so much, and I. Okay, guys, you don't have to clap for that. No.
Shout out Minecraft.
No, but I just wanted to share like my gameplay with my friends, and then people just randomly started watching, and I really wasn't expecting that, but yeah.
Who did you first start watching? Who were your Twitch heroes when you started?
Who did I watch on Twitch? I watched a lot of these guys, honestly.
Megan.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, got a bit longer.
Ranboo, what about you down at the end? You and Quackity, how did you guys get started? Okay, Ranboo's answering this one.
All right, so, wait,
What?
do you want to go?
Dude, talk.
Me go?
Yeah, that's you. That's all you. Yeah.
That's all me? Okay.
yeah.
So the way that I started, like, actually on Twitch was I just saw that, like, oh man, like all these people are streaming on Twitch and it seems to be like doing all right. So I was like, I could try it out. Originally, I didn't want to do Twitch like at all. I really wanted to like be a YouTuber and everything.
I still don't.
300 days, we're good. But then I just like started to like really like Twitch as well. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do this instead.
What was the first moment when you thought you really liked Twitch? What was it? Was there something that happened?
I think it was just the first stream because I was just like, man, I could just like say things and then these like random people like put stuff in this like box that's on my screen.
You mean the people sitting in the audience right here?
Probably some of them, yeah.
Quackity, what about you?
You're gonna have to use that one. This one doesn't read.
What, this one?
Club Penguin. I started making Club Penguin videos.
How many of you guys play Club Penguin? Give it up for Club Penguin.
So yeah, I basically started making Club Penguin videos.
You got enough
What?
microphones there?
I'm sorry?
You got enough microphones?
I don't know. Yeah. So I saw like a movie called 2012 where the world was ending. And I was like, that's really cool. I'm going to do that in Club Penguin. I made the end of Club Penguin. That's what I did.
That's a great origin story.
Yeah.
What about you, CaptainPuffy?
I was streaming before Twitch was Twitch. It was on Justin TV.
Whoa, back in OG.
No, I was a toxic little Minecrafter. I was like 13. Probably barely was actually allowed to be on the platform. I was the original Tommy Innit, you know?
There we go, you heard it here first.
Before being toxic and cool.
Okay, so I want you guys to talk about those sort of first steps on Twitch and talk about...
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, you know what?
Jack didn't get the question.
I'm sorry, Jack, why don't you tell us?
You know,
Never mind.
I thought you were supposed to be helping me on this.
oh, I was. Rory didn't know he was going to be doing this. He signed up by accident, so I just thought everyone should know that because I think it's really funny. No, I started on Twitch because Wilbur said drunkenly, "Do you want to join SMP Earth?" He didn't mean it, which is what I found out when I asked him if I could join. He went no, but because he said it he said it in a public Discord, so a lot of people got really behind it. So he was kind of forced to add me. And I milked it. I milked it so much. And I started streaming on Twitch, and I've been doing it ever since.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you for allowing me to milk the generosity of my friends.
Okay, so Hannah, I'm going to ask you a question about sort of the first days, the early days on Twitch for you.
Sure.
What were some of like the early obstacles you had, like finding a community and getting used to Twitch? What did you find tough at the start?
I feel like originally choosing what I wanted to stream was really, really hard. You guys know I play Bed Wars, which is, yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, Bed Wars, yeah. But I think when I found that game, like that really just inspired me to keep going and posting on TikTok. I love my TikToks, you know, the tips and tricks. But yeah, okay, GG's, yeah. But no, definitely when I found my first game, it really just inspired me to keep going. So.
Cool. Is that the same for the rest of you? Was it about finding that game you wanted to play first?
Mine
Quackity?
was always just Minecraft.
Yes,
Always Minecraft,
I didn't
yeah.
get the choice.
What about you, Karl? You look like you got an answer for me.
What was the question?
I said, did you share that trouble at the start, finding the game you really wanted to play other than Club Penguin?
No, because that's all I played all day, Club Penguin. So I was like, that's the content I want to make.
Did you talk to me about the community around Club Penguin? Was it easy to build one?
Oh my God. I mean, it's non-existent really. Back in the day even, all you talk with is filters, and then like the YouTube videos were so family friendly. It was like a cute little community, yeah. But that's what I got started with. And then I went to another Disney game called Toontown.
I really feel like you intentionally avoided the fact that it was a cute community until you ruined it. Like I feel like you were to blame purely for that. But
I did cause a little bit of a shutdown of Club Penguin years later. Sorry about that.
Well, at least
Club
you admitted
Penguin,
to
I
it.
know you're listening right now, Club Penguin. You just wanted to say sorry.
Ranboo, what about you? Do you think you found a community, or did your community find you?
I think my community mainly found me, like, cause I remember it was like the first stream that I ever did. There was like a couple of people and everything, and then after that there was like even more. Like every single time that I would stream, there'd be like more and more people just like randomly like there. And then I realized that was because like people would be like randomly advertising me everywhere, like non-stop for some reason. They're just like, you gotta check out this guy. He's been really doing like really cool stuff. And I was just like, oh well. That's cool. So I would say that my community definitely found me rather than me like searching out and just being like, you should come join my stream.
Yeah. What about you, Karl? You the same, or?
I feel like when it comes to a game, I didn't really care what game I played. I feel like I just kind of just whatever people. What? For community, I don't know. I guess they found me. I don't really know. I feel like my community is like a weird combination of a bunch of different communities merged together, and then like the little circle Venn diagram mixed, and I was in the center right there. So maybe that, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys must share a lot of community, right? Do you think you helped each other, like finding more community and deepening those connections?
Yeah. I'd like to say I don't have any connection to Jack's community. I feel like it's like pretty separate.
I'm
Just
glad
two
you said
circles.
that,
It's not
'cause I was
really a
about to
Venn
say,
diagram.
You know, I've actively tried to not help you guys. I think if I can get myself to the top and keep everyone beneath me, I'm going to be doing well. So I'm glad you said that, actually.
Anyway,
That
You
makes me
Laugh,
feel
You
my job.
Lose, starring Jack Manifold and Karl Jacobs soon.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. Well, yeah, hopefully Karl. This time, Karl won't get on a flight to LA and tell me an hour before the stream.
I think you guys have just committed to something in stone there. There's some pretty excited fans in the audience.
All right. I've been trying to do it for a while, Rory. I'm happy about this. Now he's committed.
It'll be on my stream, though.
No.
Oh.
I haven't streamed in like 2 months.
Wow.
I'm here. I'm here right now, homie.
Karl, let's do it.
Stream right now, Karl.
I'll go
You
live
live
on
with
Instagram.
So I want to talk to you guys about how you first engaged with your community. When you found them, how did you how did you interact with them when you started? Let's go to you, Karl. CaptainPuffy.
It's weird. I feel like the community that you get kind of fits the streamer's personality. So I feel like I have like this very like sarcastic way about me, so it kind of attracted that as well. So I feel just like a lot of banter and just memeing with them, to be quite honest. And it just kind of built like this relationship, almost like your friends. A bit parasocial, but you know.
Almost
Nonetheless.
like. Keyword almost.
Well,
Sorry, I'm being rude. I didn't. What was the question? I'm being dead serious.
Do you want to elaborate on that? Do you want to elaborate on that for us?
he doesn't know what the question is.
No, nice.
That's what I was elaborating on, yes.
Hannah, let's go to you. So, can we have a microphone for Hannah?
Okay, actually, what was the question?
The question was, how did you first interact with your community?
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, I feel like definitely through like my Discord and Twitter. Oh, not Twitter. Yeah, definitely not on Twitter. Everywhere else, though, I love like TikTok and Instagram, but not Twitter.
Why don't you like
I love Twitter.
Wow, okay, Karl.
No one claps.
Nobody clapped.
Ranboo, what about you? How do you interact with your community? How do you like to, get in touch with your fans?
I would say like the way that I first interacted with them was through like my Discord and everything when it was like a couple of hundred people. But in the very beginning it was like that and then Twitter as well, which now the way that I like pretty much just interact with my community is through like my like little rand mails on my Discord. I just sent I really find it funny that they cheered because they have to sub to be in it. But yeah, so that's the way that I like to communicate, and then also like just like randomly chatting as well is also very fun.
And I mean, are you stoked to be seeing fans in person here at
Oh
TwitchCon?
yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah? Give it
Yeah.
up for the fans. So I want to like rewind time a little bit and ask you guys a question. Who wants to nominate themselves to this question?
We don't know the question yet. I don't.
That's why it's a
It'll be a
How
dangerous
bad is this question that you can't tell us before we nominate ourselves?
Do you want to hear it?
Yes, ideally. Thank you.
What one piece of advice would you give to any aspiring streamers in the audience, or perhaps a young you 5 years ago? Karl, you look like you've got one.
I got one. Join Mr. Beast, and then wait. Then join the Dream SMP. It's super easy. It's so easy.
Anyone else? Quackity, what would you say? Don't say the same thing.
What was the question?
Wait, I want to give a real answer. I want to give a real answer. Okay, honestly, genuinely, what I did at the beginning is every single time I streamed, it was really cringy to myself, but I would watch my stream and then take notes on things that I didn't like about it. Like, and then you just don't do that next time. And then like just each stream do that, and then it should be better each time, technically.
So do you analyze every stream you do?
I genuinely, yeah, I used to. I don't anymore because I just can't watch my own streams, and I don't even stream anymore, so.
Oh, yeah.
Do any of you do that as well? Do any of you look back and retrospectively?
At the start, yeah, way more. Like, I feel like there comes a time where I think you just find a comfort where you're like, oh, I kind of am familiar with myself enough now to kind of know what I'm doing. But originally, yeah, 100%.
And any other tips for an aspiring streamer, Ranboo? What do you reckon?
You keep on like just going to me. No, I would say be careful and be wary, because you have to make sure that like if you want to like go into it like you've like gotten past the point of like just starting and now you're on your way to growing an audience, I would be really careful with how you go about it, and also careful at what you decide to look at as well, because you have to make sure that if like the littlest thing can like ruin your entire day, make you not want to do content creation, you have to make sure that you're prepared for that. Like you have to make sure that you're prepared for like, because no one ever tells you like any of the cons. But then when you see them, you're like, oh, shoot, I didn't realize that this was like a thing. So it's like, I'm not trying to like scare anyone, obviously. Everyone just went silent. But I would say like, just be wary and be careful, because like some things can happen that can just like absolutely just like put you off of it. Like, so you have to make sure that it's something that you genuinely very much want to do. And then also just still have fun with it and still make sure that it's yours.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Thanks a lot, Ranboo.
You didn't tell me my answer was great.
What did you say?
You didn't say my answer was great. I feel like you didn't.
Because it wasn't.
Your answer was great too, Karl. Can we give it up for Karl's answer, please? There we go. Thanks, Karl.
And that's why he didn't say it was great.
Well, if I keep saying it's great, will you do more push-ups?
That was 4 already, guys. That's 4. I already doubled my personal best.
Okay, so we're going to move on to sort of the next line of questioning. I want to hear about where you guys get your inspiration for your content from. And is it pre-planned or is it on the fly? How does that sort of process look for each of you? Should we start with Jack?
I watch, thank you. I watch lots of Karl Jacobs streams, hours and hours. No, pause, because it's getting quite difficult nowadays. But I try my best. There's a backlog.
I still do sponsored TikToks you can look at.
Yeah, I know. I try to avoid those. But the streams I watch, and then I think, okay, take notes. Don't do any of it. And generally, that's seen me great success.
Yeah.
Hey! No, I'm not gonna run. I don't need to. I mean, I'll do the lap. I'm capable of running. I just don't need it. Woo!
Hit them. 1, 2. Woo!
Your old personal best.
Anyone spotted the little dip on the second push-up? No, you didn't.
This panel's turning into a Dream SMP workout panel rather than anything else.
And that is a first.
CaptainPuffy, what about you? How do you come up with your content?
So I watch a lot of Jack Manifold streams. And then I was like, this is kind of similar to Karl Jacobs streams. And I was like, I shouldn't do that.
That's terrible.
And that's all. Hannah?
Oh my God, guys. I think I'll give the first serious answer. No, but is this about like inspiration for your streams?
Yeah, like how do you come up with your ideas?
So this one time, me, Puffy, and Nikki, we had a really, really fun time like playing a Bed Wars stream, and I feel like just stuff like that where you like play with your friends is really, really inspiring just for me. Like I remember that as one of like my favorite days of all time. It was just what? And it was just playing Minecraft together, and I feel like that just really inspires me to keep going and keep making content. So there's your serious answer.
That was a great answer. Thank you.
Well, now I feel bad.
Karl?
First of all, I want to point out that she was farming Oz. She didn't mean it. This is not a joke like they were doing because they're terrible people. I actually think a lot of my inspiration genuinely is from my friends though, just in general. Like a lot of their content. Before I became a content creator, I watched so much Quackity. Like actually. And so I think all of my friends are really like where I get most of my inspiration.
Thanks, Karl.
Farming. He's farming
I'm not
Oz.
farming
He's
Oz.
farming
I'm
Oz.
not.
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it.
Don't Oz. Do not do any Oz.
I'm not cursing. Honk.
Quackity, what about you?
I think genuinely a lot of my inspiration comes also from fans, because when I see the feedback that I get from fans, and for example, in terms of Minecraft and the lore streams I've done, when I see the kind of feedback people give me and seeing their own ideas and seeing the passion they have for what I do, it gives me a lot of passion as well for the projects that I overtake, and also watching Jack Manifold streams. Yeah. Thank you.
Ranboo, what about you?
I would say my inspiration also comes from both like watching a lot of other people, but also as well as just thinking about something that I would have done regularly and just maybe turning it into a stream or something. So I had an idea to do like a science show, basically, where I want to make like this little thing that explodes on stream, because I think that'd just be really funny. But most of it does come from like watching other people. Like I know, like I've seen a ton of streams recently, like the Dollhouse, that have like really inspired me to like just make cooler things. So I'd say like mostly my friends, but also just like me thinking about like what would it be really ridiculous if I did it, and is there a way for me to do it?
That's really cool. Thanks, Ranboo.
Can I?
I actually want to stay with Ranboo, and we're going to work back this way. Sorry, Jack.
Fine. No. I was going to give a serious answer, but we'll leave it.
We kind of touched on this with Hannah's answer, but what's been like your highlight on stream? What's been like a moment you're like, you still remember to this day, and you're like, that was awesome, either with friends or with fans? Can you think of like one moment or a couple of moments?
I think the coolest thing was when it was like the first like subathon fundraiser. Yeah! I think just like seeing the fact that like all of the, like I was able to get all of these people to like come together and like go towards like a really good cause, just because I was like playing a video game during that time, I thought was really cool. So even now I like look back on it and I just remember like seeing like the activity feed just like not loading because of how much there was, and just thinking like, oh wow, like I brought like all these people together just to like for like this one thing, for like this one like really good cause. So I'd say it was probably the first subathon.
That's awesome. How many people in the crowd were there for that stream? And Karl. Quackity, what about you?
I think one of the biggest highlights of my career was the end of my last lore stream, where it genuinely, I think, recently in my life, I've kind of looked into what gives me the most passion to work on. And I think directing little movies or directing things is one of my bigger passions. And that's what it made me feel like. You know, there was almost 500,000 people watching this project that I made on fucking Minecraft. Like, what are the limits, really? Right? Like, what are the limits? So it made me feel like almost like a real director, just seeing all the love and all the people that were excited, people that were crying from like emotion and stuff like that. It was amazing, and I loved it.
Thanks, Quackity. Karl, what about you?
I have a series called Tales from the SMP. And I did an episode called The Lost City of Mizu. And me and Bad Boy Halo spent about 2 weeks building that entire map. And it worked, and the story worked so perfectly, and I was like, all right, I finally was like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to do, and it felt like it went perfect. And that was actually my first stream to pass 100,000 concurrent viewers, and it was like,
That's a big record.
it was so cool to me. That was one of my peaks. I really liked that.
That's really interesting. I think something you said there is like you put 2 weeks of work into one stream, right? I think let's tell the audience a little bit about, some streams have weeks of prep, some you guys just go live. Like, how does that work? When do you work towards a date for a big stream and you plan it and you build stuff? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Me?
Yeah. You.
Well, now, I'm putting together, I just brought on a new person to, lead my Tales from the SMP team so that I can actually do them again. But yeah, I mean, I have a whole team. I have, 5 builders. I have, 4 people working on graphics. I have a skin artist. I have, so many things that go into it, yeah.
That's awesome. So what about when you were starting out? How much work were you putting into those streams?
Just
now
nothing.
You've got a team, but when it was just you, how was
When
that?
it was just me, oh my gosh. Especially, so Dream didn't really know what Tales from the SMP was going to be at first. And there's a few rules that we have for the Dream SMP in terms of story and stuff where back then I had to build everything, and I also had to build everything in survival was the big thing. And that was terrible because I don't know how to build anything. My stats on the Dream SMP, I think I've dug up 12 sandstone total. So that was terrible. But once we got into the swing of it, I got to be able to do it outside of the actual server to make it more streamlined and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, give it up. Hannah, what about you? I know we touched on it. Do you have another highlight?
Oh, highlights?
Another really memorable moment on stream?
Well, of course, the lore streams are really fun, but for me, I really love competition. So winning Twitch Rivals events is always really fun.
I think this is a moment where you can plug Twitch Rivals tomorrow.
Oh yeah, us right here. Yeah.
We're gonna lose.
We're gonna lose so bad.
We're losing. We're losing.
No, we're gonna win. We're gonna win for
This
sure.
is going to be the last Twitch Rivals I'm invited to.
All of us are invited.
I didn't hear that. CaptainPuffy, what about you?
I don't think there was just one moment, kind of what Hannah said. I think it was just the really authentic, silly moments that would happen off stream that happened on stream. I remember one time I did a stream with Quackity and Bad really late at night, and I think that's when Quackity came up with his Lice song. But
A classic, a classic.
although it was so silly, it was just one of those really surreal moments where it's oh my God, this is my job. And it's you could just truly be yourself and you just have all of you guys just watching this craziness unfold. And it was just I don't know, it just hit just very hard. It's oh wow, it's just I kind of finally made it, especially when starting doing it as you're a little kid. And then finally get to that point, it just was really emotional to be quite honest, but yeah.
And Jack, what about you?
I'm cheating a bit because it's not technically a moment that happened on stream, but it's a direct product of it. I think the panel we did, the first Dream SMP panel, where there was just a crowd full of people, just the best moment of career, life. Just genuinely love that moment because it was just seeing everything we worked towards. Because me personally started a little bit before COVID, so basically throughout the pandemic was my growth, and seeing kind of the people that were, had been watching the stuff we'd been doing and basically have it scaled up from being the thing I do in my bedroom with friends. That sounds weird. Sorry, I really, the thing that you guys watch, not the, there's not much else that goes on, trust me, come on, I play Minecraft for a living. But I think finally having it in front of you, you see numbers on a screen, but having people there to actually the energy of the room is just it's fucking amazing. So that was by far my favorite thing.
Thanks, Jack. Big up.
So we talked about sort of where you guys started and where you are now, and I kind of want to dig into what's the biggest difference? What do what's so different from when you started to now? And don't just say the numbers and the fans.
So rich now.
How did I know you would say that answer, Jack?
Because I say it every time, because it's true. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Ranboo, what about you? What do you think, what have you found the biggest difference, the thing that surprised you the most about your journey and where you've got to now?
I would say the biggest difference is just where I am now currently, because before everything, I was like literally just in my room for like months, because it was during quarantine and everything. I just like wasn't really going out much, and I was just like chilling on the computer the entire time. And now like I'm doing like a panel in front of a lot of people. Like I'd say like that's been like the biggest difference for me, is like before I was like just like trying like really, really hard in school and like really stressed all the time because of that. And then now I'm really stressed because of cool reasons, you know? Like the reasons for being stressed are a lot better, I'd say. But yeah, I'd say that like just difference in like just where I'm at and where my life was originally going to go to where it is now is just wild to me. And I still like think about it daily.
That makes sense. Thanks, Ranboo. I want to ask you one more question. You talk about, you started in quarantine and now you're not. How do you engage with your community differently now? Obviously, before we were in the pandemic, everyone was at home, and now you can see fans. You love that, right? Engaging with your fans, seeing them meet and greets. Like, does that give you more fuel to keep going?
Oh yeah, no. The meet and greet that I did at am I allowed to say my VidCon? Am I allowed to say that here?
It's okay.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. I'd say like the meet and greet that I did at VidCon, where I was like actually able to meet like so many people, was just generally just really, really cool, and like it just made me like get so much more of a perspective of just like the number of everything, because it's like that was like 600, 700 people, like, and that is like even just like a fraction of everything.
Yeah.
So I'd say that like the meet and greets have been just like one of my favorite parts, and just like any time that I have an interaction with a fan, I try to like do like something more to not just make it like, see ya. Like I try to do something a little bit more, but it's also like it's just really nice. It's just.
I mean, that leads me on to my next question. Thanks, Ranboo. In that, what are you like most proud to be giving to your community? That giving back to them either on stream or in person. What makes you most proud?
Oh, I'm not sure, because it's odd, because when I think about like how much I've received as opposed to how much I've given back, I'm always just like, I probably should upload. Like I always think like I don't do that much, but it's really cool to see like little like stories, like little notes that I receive, or just like little messages of just like, man, like you've like really helped me out. And just like it's nice, because I'm able to like give what I got in the beginning, because I also used to like watch people as like a source of comfort and everything. I used to watch like a ton of creators as like a way to just like kind of escape it all. And the fact that I am now one of those people for a lot of other people is just like, I am so thankful for it.
Thanks, Ranboo.
Yeah.
Quackity, what about you? What are you sort of most proud to give to your community?
What?
What are you most proud to give?
What am I most proud?
Yeah. Either a piece of content you've done or an interaction you had.
Yeah, I keep talking about it, but I feel like I think throughout the years, the quality of the content I try to produce is always something I try to top, right? So it's like I try to make it better each time. And that's kind of why I don't upload that much, or I don't do stuff that commonly. It's because I'm trying to constantly improve that quality. Because the more audience I see, is the more I feel in a positive way, the more I feel the pressure of trying to give something to everyone that is like really good. Yeah. So it's like a problem, but also it's a good thing, because I'm always trying to be a better version of myself.
That's really interesting. You're talking about growing audience, but how do you welcome those new members to your community? Or when you get new audience, you see another stream with bigger numbers, how do you sort of welcome them in, like into chat or onto your stream?
I don't think about it. I try not to think about it. It's difficult to visualize numbers. It really is. So events like these, this is my first TwitchCon ever, events like these really help visualize how much passion there is behind the community and how much people actually like the work we do. And it's really inspiring to me personally. So, yeah.
And what about you, Karl? How do you welcome new people in?
Yeah, just to add on to that, this is my first panel ever in front of like people that actually know who I am. And it's really so cool to me, honestly. This is awesome. They were so cool.
Thanks for being here. Give it up one more time, please. Maybe we'll get some more press-ups at the end. Maybe some more press-ups?
Wait, a few more. I will. I'll bust them out. The jacket will come off. It'll be a whole thing.
Hannah, what about you? How do you welcome new community?
Welcome people into my community.
Yeah.
Well, for me, like, I feel like my streams, I just want to make, like, a safe space for anybody, but, like, especially, like, girls in gaming to, have a, have a place where they, like, feel comfortable and welcome, because the community didn't used to be like this. Like, 10 years ago, Minecraft was not, this audience would not be here, you know what I mean? And I'm really happy with how the community has changed and evolved, and, I don't know, it makes me really happy to see.
Do you feel the same way, CaptainPuffy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kind of what like Hannah said is like 10 years ago, I was one of those like girl gamers in the community, but it just really just wasn't there at all. And like I was maybe watching like Hermitcraft and like Minecraft back in the day. It was kind of like the extent of it. But like there was no really safe space. No one really spoke about like any issues, and like no one, it wasn't expressed like everyone's valid and everyone should be proud of themselves and things like that. So I think kind of bouncing off what Hannah said, it's like being responsible for just like spreading that everywhere. It just means a lot.
And Jack, what about you?
I'm kind of on the same page as Ranboo, where it's like, it definitely feels like you receive more than you give. What's all this?
You're gonna be like, I'm on the same page of being a female in the community.
No, I'm all for it. I just can't say from experience I've experienced much being a female in gaming. I try, trust me, I try. But no, I think Ranboo, I'm on the same page where it's like, I feel like what I get versus what people get is so great, because like the thing is, I'm just sat up here amusing myself primarily, and you guys are just like gratifying it, and maybe that's a bad thing, but it makes me feel amazing. So just stuff like that. I mean, it's amazing that I get to do this all the time. But I suppose again, I'm basically just copying his answer, to be honest. But having grown up watching content creators consistently, to kind of be, I still don't quite realize this, but like to be that person for other people is like great, and it's very difficult for me even now to realize that, because like I'm just a guy, and other people, like, they're cool. I don't see it from other people's perspective, but like kind of when I do realize it, it's very sweet. Well, I'm clapping myself. I shouldn't clap myself. Sorry, I got caught in the social norms.
I think before we take some questions, I just want to dig into that and ask you guys, like, why do you think the Dream SMP fans are so welcome and opening? And so cool? Thank you. Should we start at the far end? Do you guys know why? Like, I think it must be one of the most open and welcoming communities in gaming.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna be real. Like, I've tried to wrap my head around that, and I've tried to like think like what makes this like community like just like wildly different from so many that like we've seen in so many like extremely very, very toxic ones, sadly. But I honestly still just can't put my finger on like what exactly it is. Like I don't know, honestly.
Actually, I have the answer. It was me. I made, I'm very accepting personally. I made sure everyone else was. I vet everyone individually. You don't know I'm doing it, but everyone who's here, trust me, I made sure. So, yeah, you can thank me later.
That was too British for me.
Well, you really shouldn't have applauded that.
Did you realize Karl said I didn't understand what he said?
Yeah, that was way too British for me. I didn't hear anything you said.
Honestly, I could not decipher a
did
single word.
It was my.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh.
When you laugh, you lose at a time.
Oh, you were the person that made it so welcoming. Oh, I see.
Who preferred Thunder 1408?
You need to rebrand.
It's confusing. There's numbers. No one remembers numbers. What are the numbers? All right, shit. Well, people at the time were forgetting them.
Okay, guys, so we're actually going to open this up to the audience to ask some questions. There's a few rules and housekeeping on how we're going to do this. We have two lovely volunteers on the sides who have microphones. If we ask questions, can we keep them, no shout-outs and no storming the stage, please? Who's up first? Let's get some hands in the air. Let's go here with the front row. Karl is going to give you a microphone.
Jack, I can't even see you, but this is a question for you. I know recently you've been reaching out into a lot of like playing horror games and kind of like all-in-all horror. So did you kind of like always see yourself going that way, or is it just like a recent interest?
No, well, I never saw myself as a content creator, so that first and foremost, like, already just quite shocked. But it was basically just once the Minecraft stuff started to slow down, and I was like, right, I kind of want to find something else to do. It's like, what do I think would, one, interest me, and then two, make for good content? And I find that there is nothing more universally enjoyed than watching someone you know get scared. So I just kind of knew it would land. And also, I'm not a very easily scared person, so it was also this kind of quest to find something that would... I've just shit myself, so I'm going to have to leave. But, no. But yeah, it was mainly just out of like, I think this will be good, I'll enjoy it. And there's also plenty of horror games that I've always wanted to play, but I was really scared growing up, and now I'm a big, strong man who could defeat most pixelated creatures, so and most real creatures. So that was mainly the reason, if that made sense.
Thank you very much for your question. Okay, hand up. We're going to go to the right of the room. It's actually in the back row on the far end. There we go. Yeah. That's you. This is a fun game.
You're having too much fun with it.
I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, God. I think Ranboo had a really good point of talking about some of the more negative sides of content creation, in the sense that this is a really cool job that you guys have, and we all love you so much, but there's so much stress involved that we don't get to see. Are there any more things that you would advise newer content creators to avoid or be wary of in terms of protecting their own sanity as they get into this world where they have very little privacy? Also, Hannah, I love you so much. You're a wonderful content creator.
Who wants to answer that? That's a great question. You should do my job.
I remembered the question.
Yeah.
Twitter.com, don't read it. No, to be fair, we all do this bit where like Twitter's evil. It mostly is. But no, it's true. It's terrible. I think it's something that's like, be wary that people on there don't think you're going to read what they tweet, and you will. We see everything. But like, people don't think that, so they don't write it with the intention. So it often is. It can come off hurtful and shit like that. And it's like, you want to be, I'm not even saying avoid reading it, because I find that I definitely read up on stuff, but mainly just because like after I do a stream, I want to see what people think. And sometimes people don't think good things. But it's like being mentally prepared for that is the main sort of thing that you just, opinions aren't always good, and they're never always going to be good, and you really need to like get that in your head. And why? It's not funny. It's not funny. It's serious. I'm being serious. When am I ever serious? And I give real advice. I'm real for a second, and you're laughing.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I love you. Second of all, I would just try and protect be in tune with like your mental health, and try and protect your emotions, because that's kind of what I've had to do. Really, just like Jack kind of said, you have to realize.
Oh, it's not funny anymore.
Okay, it's not funny anymore. Okay, you have to realize that they don't think that we're going to see like the tweets and the things, but we do. So it's really, you just have to keep moving forward and keep creating and not really care about what other people have to think.
Yeah, I think adding on to that, I think something people really need to realize if they plan on overtaking not just content creation, but becoming a public figure of any form, is that you're opening the door to hundreds of thousands, millions of eyeballs on you. It's really, you are going to be judged by a lot of people. A lot of people are going to have opinions on you. Someone's laughing.
What? Because you said eyeballs. Why did you say eyes, man? Why did you say eyeballs?
No.
Like, it's a really oddly specific thing to say.
I just hear someone like giggling. I was like, what? No. But that's a reality. You really need to know what you're getting into. Is you're going to have a lot of people creating opinions on you, and you need to be really, really aware that that's going to happen, and not everything's going to be positive. There's going to be a lot of negatives, and just as long as you have that in mind.
Does anyone else want to say anything before we take the next question? Or
I think it's important to remind yourself of things that you enjoy outside of the internet. So for me, I really enjoy watching cartoons, and sometimes if the internet's too much, I'll just literally just put down my phone and just watch Adventure Time or something.
No.
Yeah.
It's great advice. Cool. Should we take another question? Cool. Let's go here. Yeah. Thanks, Carla.
You should just try to get her to run as much as possible.
Hi. I just want to say that I hope you guys really enjoy the con as much as we do. We're really excited to meet you all. It's like an honor. But my question is, if you had to live in a video game, what game would you live in? Also, call you my comfort streamer.
That's a great question. Who wants to kick it off?
Are we all just gonna say Minecraft? I feel.
I would.
Should we exclude
kidding?
Minecraft from the answers?
I mean, that's the game I'm best at. I would just die in any other game.
I could think of something. 1 second.
Go on, Karl.
VR chat.
Oh God.
In its current state as well?
Maybe not.
You're a pervert, man.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Ranboo?
First off, not Minecraft. You would die instantly. There are giant spiders that try to kill you.
That's
right?
my dream.
Like, are we just ignoring like the void that can kill you instantly? Like, you will die if you try to go into Minecraft. But
Not me. I'm a back-to-back MCC champion. 200% win rate. 200. 1 coin for the right hand, 1 coin for the left.
Please put me in MCC.
Ranboo, what's your answer then? Which game?
Oh, I would have to choose. Honestly, okay, this seems like I'm trying to get out of it, but I think The Sims would be really funny.
That is you trying to get out of it, yeah.
Yeah, but specifically the very modded version of it. I think that'd be the best one.
Quackity, what about you? Club Penguin?
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was gonna say Toontown, but that sounds like.
You're gonna get anvils dropped on you all the time?
Yes. Nah, probably. Fuck, I don't know.
Dude, Thrillville off the rails.
That's my favorite game.
No, nobody. Sorry.
Okay, any more answers or we'll take another question?
I got one.
Okay, oh.
Why you sound like disappointed that I'm answering the question.
I'm nervous.
I think I picked Outlast. Now, most people are going to look at me confused. They're going to go, why Manifold? I'll give you an answer. I don't know if you remember, he was filming the whole thing. That's a fucking sick vlog, that, innit? I'm thinking about it. Oh, I pull numbers, and I want it. So,
That's a sick vlog, innit?
But it is, so I don't know why he's laughing.
Hannah, CaptainPuffy?
Our favorite, or the game that we want to live in?
Yeah.
Forever? Fall Guys.
You want to be perpetually running and doing obstacles?
But you never die. You can't die in Fall Guys.
That's true.
That's a really good point.
I want to do Roblox. All the opportunities. See?
Roblox bingo.
I changed Roblox bingo, yeah.
Okay, we're going to take another question. Let's go from this side of the room. Carla, on the 1, 2, 3, 4th row. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you. I was wondering how like the continuation from when you first started streaming and maybe had like slightly below 50 average viewers versus going to thousands, tens of thousands of viewers that you have now. How was that like? How did that feel for you? That like gradually going up?
It's tough. It really is. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize is that this is a roller coaster of a career, right? You're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows, and I think that initial boost a lot of us saw during quarantine was an incredible high. But you know, I think after that high will come a low, and that kind of shit can be really, really tough to assimilate. But just as long as you have your feet on the ground and you know what you're doing it for, I think numbers start to matter less and less. Just as long as you enjoy it a lot, which I think I can say for all of us, we enjoy what we do a lot.
Does anyone else want to add anything, or that was a really good answer? Yeah. Ranboo?
Again, yes. I think the way that it felt for me, which is kind of like, it's very different from Quackity's answer, is I found it, especially in the beginning, going from like 30, 40 to then like 1,000, 10,000. I thought it was really, really funny because it was me. like thinking about like all of these people, like just like, oh yeah, I want to watch specifically me, and then I'm doing something really, really stupid on stream. Like my favorite streams are the ones where I like expect like no one to watch it because of how like incredibly awful it is, and then it always makes me happy when I see like people have watched this one. That's really funny. Exactly. That's the only reason. Like that's like the main like drive for my streams is it's like at the end of the day it's me, and I find that really, really funny.
Thanks, Ranboo. Let's take another question. Let's go here on the end. Yeah. Just here, at the end of the first section.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad we're all here and get to see you guys. And I wanted to ask you if there's anything you want to try out soon, or if there's anything coming that we can be excited for. And I also wanted to ask Karl to maybe give Chad a hug, because you haven't done that in a long time.
Of course. We'll get the camera to zoom in at some point.
Who wants to take that question?
Can I?
I blanked because of the hug thing, and I forgot what she said. Oh, dude, I'm so excited because I've been working on a comic book for so long, and it's finally actually happening. Yeah, more about that at San Diego Comic-Con.
Ooh.
I love plugging other conventions.
Thanks, Karl. Anyone else? Anyone got something cool to hype everyone up?
I don't have something as cool as a comic book, but I've got a really cool...
Yeah, that's right.
Well, come on, man. I'm trying to compliment you here. When you double down, it doesn't work.
I'm sorry.
I have a really cool set of streams coming later this year that I have an entire production team behind that I'm really excited for. So it's no comic book, but it'll do for me.
Right, we're going to get another question, I think. With the flag. Carla, just behind you, with the flag.
Well, as you can see, the flag is a pride flag, so first that.
Yay!
Second off, I would like to ask, what is something you would want to watch out for as a streamer?
Okay. Who wants to take that?
I feel like kind of almost what Quackity said earlier.
That was my bad.
Did I cut someone off?
No, that one was me. I grabbed for the mic and then you started talking, so I stopped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like it can become like very mentally taxing because it can become a numbers game where you're almost constantly in competition with yourself. Like if one stream does really good and the next one doesn't do well, you're just constantly critiquing yourself as to why. So honestly, I stream now with my numbers off because I feel like it's better for my mental health, but I feel like just to realize that you're a human being and not everyone's perfect and things like that, because otherwise you're constantly just going to be in competition with yourself, and it just becomes really, really taxing and hard, especially when you're comparing yourself to others. Like even your friends, you're like, oh, what am I doing wrong in comparison? But yeah.
Quackity, did you want to answer?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, I think one of the most important lessons that my job has taught me recently is like, holy shit, it's made me enjoy life so much more, because there's been moments where I'm so, like, years of my life where I'm like so into my work, and up until recently, I've, now that I've been like doing some traveling and going places, I've realized that your work is not your life. You have a life outside of work, whether it's studies or work that you guys might have. There is life outside of that, and you really, really need to enjoy it. So I think not focusing on work too much, or studies, obviously being responsible, but also knowing how to enjoy life is a very important step of the process.
Yeah, my like genuine piece of streamer advice would be don't use desktop capture ever. It will leak important information no matter how hard you try.
You're a liar, bro. I live life on the edge. All right.
Never use desktop capture if you have things on your computer that you would not want people seeing, because somehow it'll get out there. You can just set up like a window capture or something, you know. What, Jack? What?
You have things on your computer you don't want people to see?
Yes.
I'd show the world my hard drive. There's nothing.
The world should not see your hard drive.
Be real, 612, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, I think we've got time for one more question. We haven't taken one from in the white cap. Yeah, just there. Karl is coming.
I'm coming, but in the meantime, can everyone in chat bleed purple, please?
I was just wondering, what is a skill which you like really appreciate you have gotten from streaming, like something you couldn't get from anywhere else?
Bro, I am confident now. I was such a nerdy child with no confidence, really. Like, I was so socially angry. I have, like, so many social skills now because my job is just communication. And it's like, I've just learned... don't get me wrong, you said you couldn't get anywhere else. I probably could have just went outside more. But for someone who didn't go outside, this was the best way of getting social skills. Like the fact that I can actually talk to a room of people like this and not feel particularly nervous anymore, which like, is weird because I remember the first stream I ever did with Will, Techno, and Phil. SMP Earth, there was like maybe 2K viewers, I don't even remember at this point. But I was sat in my chair, and I wasn't, no one could see me, I was just in a call with them, shaking. Like, I was like shaking, right? And the fact that I can sit here now in a room with I don't know how many people, and you know, like, a little bit, but like, you didn't see that. You know, it's like, I never thought I'd be this confident, ever. So that's probably the big thing. Great. Sorry, the people are like playing emotes on their phones. One of the Drake emote, and it just, bro, I'm a sheep, man. I just copy whatever I see. Monkey see, monkey do.
Hannah?
For me, I used to be a faceless streamer for like 4 years, and I was so terrified to ever do a face reveal to show people what I looked like. And a lot of you guys know, like now, you probably had no idea that I did that, but I wasn't super confident in how I looked. I didn't post on Instagram. I was really afraid, but I feel like the Dream SMP community really helped me break out of that shell and start doing face reveal and like IRL content, which is really, really nice. Now I can like post on Instagram and not feel super anxious or like scared. So thank you guys.
CaptainPuffy?
I was like, kind of like Jack. I was like, well, I am still an introvert, but you should see me at Twitch party. Oh, you saw me
No, I didn't.
Well, Jack constantly sees me. I'm just kind of just like stiff like this in the corner.
Yeah, my job is just making sure she's like, I'm like, are you all right? All the time. Because, yeah, you're more introverted than me. I am, as much as I was saying I'm more confident now, I'm very extroverted, and I understand that. I'm open to share.
But as Jack said earlier, you guys have just welcomed me so much and made me so much more comfortable. Like, even though in there I was nervous, just quiet, sitting like this, I mean, the fact that I'm here and I can speak to you now, it's just like such a massive change from when I was like a 13-year-old kid and spoke to no one and just hid behind my screen playing with blocks all day. But so thank you guys for that.
Karl, what about you?
I've been listening to them talk about things. I don't know anything that I've gotten better at since streaming.
Push-ups?
Huh?
Push-ups?
Push-ups, absolutely.
This was not in the script.
They're so hot.
Okay, we've got a minute, so Quackity, what about you?
I had no idea I could speak to myself for so many hours at a time.
That's a great answer. And Ranboo, finish us up.
I have no idea. I've been trying to think, but I guess I would have to say I'm able to stay at my computer for a lot longer. That's a good one. I built up a streamer stamina, and that's like literally it. Oh well, that's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. You've been amazing. Can we have a big round of applause for everyone on stage? Thanks a lot. Jack Manifold, CaptainPuffy, HannahxXRose, Karl Jacobs, Quackity, and Ranboo. Thank you.
They're going to hate me for this because they want us off the stage, but can we get a big round of applause for Rory because he didn't know he was doing this and he,
All right, guys, we're off.
Hey, set up.
We're off.